Ancient Egyptian civilization. The civilization of ancient Egypt is one of the most remarkable and influential in human history. It flourished over 5,000 years ago along the fertile banks of the Nile River. Ancient Egyptians achieved great advancements in architecture, astronomy, medicine, agriculture, writing, and religion. Their legacy still amazes the world today through their grand temples, majestic pyramids, mysterious hieroglyphs, and ancient scrolls. Geography and its impact. Imagine a vast desert land suddenly bursting with life, thanks to a single river, the Nile. This river wasn't just a source of water. It was the heart of Egyptian civilization. It allowed agriculture to flourish, supported transportation, and connected distant parts of the kingdom. The Greek historian Herodotus once famously said, "Egypt is the gift of the Nile." Without the Nile, Egypt would have remained a barren land. With it, Egypt became a beacon of culture, science, and power. The historical periods of ancient Egypt. 1. The unification period, circa 3100 BC. The story begins with King Narmer, also known as Menes, who united Upper and Lower Egypt and established the First Dynasty, founding the first centralized state in history. 2. The Old Kingdom, the age of the pyramids. During this era, Egypt built its most iconic monuments. King Khufu built the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. The Old Kingdom showed the strength of centralized power and architectural brilliance. 3. The Middle Kingdom, a period of cultural and economic prosperity. Egyptians expanded irrigation systems, dug canals, and constructed large public works. Literature and arts flourished during this time. 4. The New Kingdom, the Golden Age. This was the age of empire and military might. Great pharaohs like Thutmose III, a strategic military genius. Queen Hatshepsut, one of the first female rulers in history. Ramses II, a master builder and warrior. And Akhenaten, the pharaoh who introduced monotheism by worshipping one god, Aten. All left a lasting mark on Egypt and the world. 5. The Late Period. Foreign powers began to invade. First the Persians, then the Greeks under Alexander the Great, and finally the Romans. Despite these invasions, Egyptian identity and culture remained strong. Religion in ancient Egypt. Religion was at the center of daily life. The Egyptians worshipped many gods, each representing a part of nature or life. Ra, the sun god. Osiris, god of the afterlife. Isis, goddess of magic and healing. Anubis, god of mummification and protector of graves. They believed in life after death. That's why they practiced mummification, built elaborate tombs, and placed food, treasures, and sacred texts like the Book of the Dead with the deceased to help them in the afterlife. Writing and language. The ancient Egyptians developed one of the earliest forms of writing, hieroglyphics, a system using pictures and symbols. These were carved on temple walls and tombs, recording everything from prayers to daily life. They also used papyrus, an early form of paper made from plant stems, to write down religious texts, administrative documents, and scientific knowledge. Writing helped preserve Egyptian culture for thousands of years. Scientific achievements. Ancient Egyptians were highly skilled in many fields. Medicine. They diagnosed illnesses, performed surgeries, and used herbal remedies. Engineering. They built massive temples and pyramids with incredible precision. Astronomy. They studied the stars and created a 365-day calendar. Agriculture. They developed irrigation systems, built dams, and invented the hand plow. Their knowledge laid the foundations for many sciences we use today. Architecture and arts. Art and architecture were deeply tied to religion and daily life. Egyptians left behind a legacy of stunning creations. Pyramids. The pyramids of Giza are timeless symbols of ancient skill. Temples, such as Karnak, Luxor, and Abu Simbel, massive stone structures dedicated to gods. Statues, like the Great Sphinx and statues of pharaohs, carved in stone with lifelike detail. Tomb walls were decorated with colorful paintings showing daily life, battles, and myths, an ancient storybook that survives to this day. Here's a quick summary of the story. Ancient Egypt was not just a land of pyramids and mummies. It was a land of thinkers, builders, artists, and visionaries. Their achievements in science, religion, writing, and governance shaped the ancient world and continue to inspire us today. So, the journey comes to an end. Until next time, fly smart.